Myths are stories. They are very old stories. People told them long ago. Fiction is also stories, but these stories are new. Someone made them up. Both myths and fiction are important. They teach us about the world. They help us understand ourselves.
Myths come from a time before history. They are the echoes of our ancestors, whispering through the ages, telling us about a world that was once filled with wonder and mystery. These ancient stories were not just mere tales, they were the lifeblood of early human societies, shaping their understanding of the universe. People didn't have writing then, so they told stories. Around flickering campfires, under the vast expanse of the night sky, storytellers wove intricate narratives that captured the imaginations of their listeners. These stories were more than entertainment. They were a means of preserving knowledge, culture, and values. These stories explained the world. They provided answers to the mysteries of existence, offering explanations for natural phenomena and human experiences. Through myths, people made sense of the world around them, finding comfort and meaning in the tales of gods, heroes, and mythical creatures. They talked about the sun and moon. The celestial bodies were not just objects in the sky, they were powerful deities, guiding the rhythms of life. Myths about the sun and moon reflected the awe and reverence ancient people felt for these celestial beings, attributing to them the power to influence the cycles of nature. They explained life and death. Myths provided a framework for understanding the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Through stories of creation and destruction, of gods and spirits, people found ways to cope with the inevitability of death and the hope of an afterlife. Myths were passed down orally. From one generation to the next, these stories were shared, ensuring that the wisdom and knowledge of the past were not lost. Elders played a crucial role in this process, acting as the custodians of tradition and the bearers of ancient wisdom. Each generation added their own spin. As societies evolved, so did their myths. New interpretations and adaptations emerged, reflecting the changing values, beliefs, and experiences of the people. This dynamic process ensured that myths remained relevant and meaningful across the ages. This is why myths vary across cultures. Each culture, with its unique history and environment, developed its own set of myths. These stories, while different in detail, often shared common themes and motifs, highlighting the universal human quest for understanding and meaning. Myths are a testament to the rich tapestry of human imagination and the enduring power of storytelling.
Myths served many purposes. They weren't just bedtime stories. They were tools for understanding the world. Myths explained natural phenomena. They gave reasons for storms and seasons. They made sense of the unknown. Myths also taught moral lessons. They showed the consequences of good and bad actions. They reinforced cultural values.
Section 4. Myths, Mirrors of Culture. Myths reveal a lot about the people who told them. They are not just stories. They are windows into the soul of a culture, reflecting the values, fears, and aspirations of the people who created them. Through myths, we can understand how ancient civilizations viewed the world around them and their place within it. They reflect their beliefs, fears, and hopes. Myths often serve as a mirror, showing us what a society holds dear and what it dreads. They can reveal the moral codes, social structures, and even the psychological landscape of a culture. For instance, the recurring themes in myths can tell us about the collective psyche of a people. For example, Greek myths are full of gods and heroes. These stories are rich with characters who possess extraordinary abilities and face monumental challenges. The gods often interact with humans, influencing their lives in profound ways. This interaction between the divine and the mortal highlights the Greeks' belief in the power and capriciousness of their gods. This shows us that the Greeks valued strength and courage. The heroes in these myths often embark on epic quests, facing insurmountable odds and displaying remarkable bravery. These tales of heroism reflect the Greek admiration for physical prowess and mental fortitude. They also underscore the importance of honor and glory in Greek society. Native American myths often focus on nature. These stories are deeply intertwined with the natural world, featuring animals, plants, and natural phenomena as central characters. The myths often explain the origins of natural features and the relationships between humans and the environment. This connection to nature is a fundamental aspect of Native American spirituality and worldview. This tells us that they had a deep respect for the natural world. The reverence for nature in these myths reflects the Native American understanding of the interconnectedness of all life. It shows their belief in the sacredness of the earth and their responsibility to live in harmony with it. These stories often carry lessons about respect, stewardship, and the balance of nature. Egyptian myths, on the other hand, often revolve around the afterlife and the gods who govern it. The elaborate tales of the journey to the afterlife and the trials faced by the soul reveal the Egyptians' deep concern with mortality and the afterlife. The gods in these myths, such as Osiris and Anubis, play crucial roles in guiding and judging the souls of the dead. This focus on the afterlife shows us that the Egyptians placed great importance on what happens after death. Their myths reflect a belief in an eternal life and the need to prepare for it. The construction of grand tombs and pyramids, filled with treasures and provisions for the afterlife, underscores this belief. It also highlights the Egyptians' view of the afterlife as a continuation of life on Earth, but in a more perfect and divine form. Norse myths are filled with tales of gods, giants, and epic battles. These stories often depict a harsh and unforgiving world, reflecting the challenging environment in which the Norse people lived. The gods in these myths, such as Odin and Thor, are powerful and often warlike, embodying the values of strength, bravery, and resilience. This tells us that the Norse people valued strength and resilience. The frequent themes of battle and conquest in their myths reflect a society that was often engaged in warfare and exploration. The emphasis on heroic deeds and the warrior's code of honor reveals the importance of martial prowess and loyalty in Norse culture. Chinese myths often feature dragons, celestial beings, and the harmony of the cosmos. These stories reflect the Chinese emphasis on balance, harmony, and the interconnectedness of all things. The dragon, a symbol of power and good fortune, often appears as a benevolent force, guiding and protecting the people. This shows us that the Chinese valued harmony and balance. The myths often convey moral lessons about the importance of maintaining harmony within oneself, with others, and with the natural world. The celebration of traditional festivals and the telling of these myths reinforce these values and keep the cultural heritage alive. In conclusion, myths are more than just stories. They are reflections of the cultures that created them. They offer us a glimpse into the values, beliefs, and fears of different societies. By studying myths, we can gain a deeper understanding of the human experience and the diverse ways in which people have sought to make sense of the world around them.
Section 5, Gods and Monsters, Myths from Around the World. Myths have been an integral part of human culture since the dawn of civilization. They serve as a window into the beliefs, values, and imaginations of different societies, from the ancient Greeks to the Norse, and from the Egyptians to the indigenous tribes of the Americas. Myths have shaped the way we understand the world and our place in it. Every culture has its own myths. These stories often feature gods, goddesses, heroes, and mythical creatures that embody the ideals and fears of the people who created them. They explain natural phenomena, teach moral lessons, and provide a sense of identity and continuity. For instance, the dragon is a common mythical creature found in many cultures, symbolizing power, wisdom, and sometimes destruction. These myths are full of fascinating characters and stories. They are not just tales of the past, but are living traditions that continue to inspire literature, art, and popular culture. The epic narratives of gods and monsters, of love and betrayal, of creation and destruction, resonate with us because they touch on universal themes and emotions. They remind us of our shared humanity and the timeless quest for meaning and understanding. Greek mythology gives us Zeus, the king of the gods. He's often depicted as a powerful and just ruler, wielding thunderbolts and presiding over the heavens. The stories of Zeus and his fellow Olympians are rich with drama and intrigue, reflecting the complexities of human nature and the ancient Greeks' view of the cosmos. It tells of Heracles, a hero with superhuman strength. Heracles, also known as Hercules in Roman mythology, is famous for his 12 labors, a series of seemingly impossible tasks that he must complete as penance for his past actions. His story is one of redemption, perseverance, and the triumph of the human spirit against overwhelming odds. Norse mythology speaks of Odin, the All-Father, and Thor, the god of thunder. Odin is a complex figure associated with wisdom, war, and death. He's often portrayed as a wanderer, seeking knowledge and understanding. Thor, on the other hand, is a mighty warrior, protector of humanity, and a symbol of strength and courage. The tales of Odin and Thor are filled with epic battles, magical artifacts, and the ever-present struggle between order and chaos. These stories are full of magic and adventure. They transport us to worlds where anything is possible, where heroes and villains clash in epic battles, and where the boundaries between the mortal and the divine blur. Whether it's the enchanting myths of the Celts, the intricate tales of Hindu gods and goddesses, or the rich folklore of African tribes, these stories continue to captivate our imagination and remind us of the enduring power of myth.